Hello everyone, my name is Michael Sundburg. I am with Dr. Jennifer Hensley, City Council lady here in Hendersonville, and also a well-known chiropractor. And we're just going to ask her a couple interview questions. We're here on the parade route of the Apple Fest parade right here at the courthouse, and we'll start with the questions now. Dr. Hensley, what inspired you to enter public service and run for the Hendersonville City Council?
Well, I was active in even like junior politics in high school and college. I was always like a class secretary and those types of things. I just liked being involved in things and I liked being helpful. I was never the type of person, and still not the type of person, who can just walk past something that I see is not right and not do anything about it. And so, I don't know, several years ago, I wanted to become more involved in the city. I was a business owner in the city, and I couldn't vote in the city at that point in time because I didn't actually own property in the city, but I owned a business. And so there were things that happened that affected my business that I was like, wait a minute, like, that seems very unfair. And so, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, I started getting on different boards and kind of learning more about the community and how to advocate properly and effectively. And so about 9 years ago, we moved into the city limits, and we've been here ever since. This is where we raise our children. They go to school at Henderson County Public Schools and private school in town. And so at that point, I felt like it was a good idea to jump into local race, and it's a nonpartisan office, which I love because we can not be activists. We can just do things for the good of our community, and I've been here since, and I'm seeking re-election this year and hoping to be able to stay on council.
I noticed that there's not a partisan divide. Everyone just does what's best for the city. That's what makes the city great.
That's the best part about the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are some of the most pressing issues currently facing Hendersonville, and how is the City Council addressing them?
So really some of the most pressing things right now are our economy is not in a great stable condition right now, and that is definitely affecting businesses. Also, growth is a big one. That directly kind of assumes or has to do with some of the economy issues too, because during COVID, we saw a massive influx of residents, and we're still seeing them. I think the Apple Festival is number 6 in the United States for festivals. That was the rating that we just got. And so it's a great place to live, it's a great place to work, and it's a wonderful place to visit. And so people want to come here, and managing that growth responsibly is the key. But again, like in business or in life, if you're not growing, then you're actually dying. And so we do have to grow. And so, trying to find that balance is a little bit difficult, but I think we're committed to being able to do it respectfully, and I'm really proud of what we've done so far to be able to do that.
Oh, that's cool. That's what the Mayor Barbara Volk said too.
Yes.
That's true. How do you balance the needs of the growing city with preserving historic Hendersonville?
Well, so we just finished and wrapped up our comprehensive plan, and there are really great aspects of that plan that actually help to maintain certain districts of our community. And we made a conscientious effort to be able to maintain those characteristics. We sought an insane amount of public input. We went to various neighborhoods and different groups. We listened to what they said. We implemented those things into the plan. I think there are some areas people wish we would have done things a little bit differently or a little bit better, but you can't please everybody all the time. And so we're just really trying to keep a balance and maintain that charm that we have here.
Right, that makes sense. Can you share a recent project or initiative that you're particularly proud of?
Oh man, I feel like there's been so many great things since I've been on council that I've gotten to be a part of. Every time I drive past the new fire station, I am so proud of that project. Giving our firefighters a home to be proud of, a home that women can have their own bathrooms and showering area.
Yeah.
There were issues with ventilation in that building. It wasn't originally designed to be a fire station, or it wasn't originally designed by an architect who had done fire stations. And so having certain characteristics in the design flaw, I think were things that we needed to fix and address. We are a growing community, and this allows us some growth opportunities at our fire station as well. And then, of course, we ended up moving the putt-putt course, which needed some work and needed a little love.
Yeah.
And now it's a beautiful putt-putt course.
Yeah.
Have you played down there?
Not yet.
Oh my goodness, it's such a great place. We were able to keep the rate for our residents and folks affordable, and just driving past there and seeing the beautiful fire station, which is like at the entrance of our town.
Yeah.
Man, seeing Acosta Trail come to life,
Yeah.
like these are things that I've been able to have a direct impact on.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge greenway and parks person, and so being able to see this stuff like actually happen is so exciting, and it's very rewarding.
That is exciting.
Yes.
You're being a part of history.
It is, yeah.
What are your long-term goals for Hendersonville, and how do you see the city evolving over the next decade?
My long-term goals are trying to find a balance between development and growth, but also maintaining a safe environment, a high quality of life, a cost of living that folks can live here and work here, finding that balance. We have an affordable housing committee right now, and we're venturing into a huge project right now, trying to be able to create a good balance for our workforce community, folks that live here and work here, but are not making enough to afford $500,000 homes.
Right.
And so creating like balance for that. We're looking at an affordable land trust to help make things a little bit more affordable for folks. And so those are things that I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
Seeing Acosta Trail get finished, just business initiatives. There's a lot of things that I'm excited about in the future.
Yeah, that's cool. The housing is a big issue,
It's a big one.
especially for the young people.
Yes.
How has your experience as a chiropractor influenced your leadership and decision-making on the city council?
That's a good question, because as a business owner,
kinda
I
went over
don't just have to be responsible for my own business. I have employees, and I'm responsible for them to pay their bills at home and to buy food for their families. And so, on Fridays when I'm making those paychecks out, and one, I have a huge sense of pride in what I've been able to build and do on my own, and I'm very proud of that. But I'm also very proud to give other people opportunity and a good quality of life for their families. But it's also kind of changed my view on spending money. Like, you can't spend more than you have.
Right.
You have to keep more than you spend, and so that has definitely created a little bit more conservancy on financial means, and I feel like I provide that to council.
We need that in the federal government.
Oh, yes, it's so bad. Like the amount of money that government spends it's insane.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm actually just quite ashamed to see what government wastes money on. And so I like to be able to be that checks and balances and hey, do we really need this? Is this necessary?
Right.
And those are things that I'm very passionate about.
And that's a good business kind of.
Exactly.
You learn that with business, and you interact that in the city. Yeah.
I do.
What do you believe are the most important aspects of community health, and how can local government play a role in promoting them?
Community health is huge, right? We have an aging community here, and being able to keep our residents healthy and active equals happiness, right? And ultimately, there's a lot of expenses that go into keeping your community healthy. We have really great quality medical care here, and as a city council person or member, I can actually help forge relationships between our hospitals and local nonprofits to make sure that our residents are having access to high quality health care. That's very important to me. I have aging parents who are on fixed incomes, and we did an affordable housing project next to the YMCA, and it's for our population that is lower income, but they're in our aging community. These people are 70 years old. They can't just go out and get another job and make money to buy a home here. And so, I'm very sensitive to that, just because I have family who are in those positions, and I feel like that gives me a good aspect and a good, perspective on city council to just keep that in mind and make sure that those are kind of things that I think about in other decisions that we make.
All right, that's good.
What has been the most challenging aspect of serving the city council, and how have you overcome it?
Probably one of the most challenging things that I've dealt with is just time management. I do own a full-time business. I am a mom of two very busy kids.
Right.
They play sports, and I like to be at their sporting events. They're going to be, my daughter's a freshman in high school this year, and so she has a volleyball game this Thursday night that I'm not going to be able to attend because it's a city council meeting night. And so there's like part of me that is really torn about that, but she also is getting to see like her mom be a part of something and do really positive things for her
Good role
community.
model.
And so that makes me happy that she gets to see that. And they see that I do make sacrifice, but I also make a lot of changes to help be with them and focus on them as well. So time management is a big one. I serve on like 7 different subcommittees for the city as well. So I think I counted in July that I was like 30 hours in on meetings and involvement for city council. And so it's not this one meeting a month that you show up to, you know?
Full-time job.
And I feel like there's a misconception by the public that we just show up and we're just profiting and making all of this money, and that is not the case at all. And we're having to work really hard, and we all do, and we're there for the right reasons. And so finding, like, helping the public, and a good amount of people know that and they see it, but then there are people who are nasty and mean, and that's hard, you know, like it's hard to read and it's hard to see, and because my heart really is here and I really am trying to do the right thing, and I love Hendersonville. I mean, I've been here for 20 years. I've been here longer than any place I ever lived.
Right.
I birthed my children here. I raised them here. And so this community is important to me. And, you know, I hope that people can really, like, see that.
Yeah, makes sense. What advice would you give to young women in Hendersonville who are interested in pursuing a career in public service?
My advice is get busy. Do your homework, do your research, get involved, learn about the job, find something that's your niche, right? Like, are you passionate about kids? Are you passionate about healthcare? Are you passionate about our elderly community? Like, do you love infrastructure? Like, these are all things that you can find little ways of being involved in. And then if you're really wanting to move forward, then like take the leap and run for council, run for county commissioner, like run for school board. We need people who are like willing to do the work and show up. And you know, showing up is really important. Like, you can't you've got to be at these meetings, and you need to be learning what we're talking about and what we're doing. It's, you know, we're spending a lot of money, and we're responsible for very important things in people's lives. And so doing that work is, I think, really, really important, and just being committed and having a good work ethic.
Right. That sounds good. That sounds inspirational. How do you see the relationship between small businesses and local government in Hendersonville now that you're part in both of them? How do you see that, and what can be done to support them?
Well, we have a business advisory committee for the city of Hendersonville, which I actually am a liaison from the city council. And I feel like we have a really good working relationship with small businesses. We do a lot to encourage small business growth. And so that, I think, was something that we continue to work on. I'm very proud of our relationship with small businesses, and I think having business owners on council is very important because we get it. Like, we understand that bottom line. Like, we are not just showing up to work, making a certain amount every hour, getting a paycheck on Fridays. Like, our paycheck is different every week, you know? Like, there may be weeks that a business owner can't afford to take a paycheck because he's got to pay his employees. And so having folks on city council who understand that and are sympathetic to that, I think it helps make us better leaders to, you know, support our business community, but also support the workers who live here as well.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Dr. Hensley, thank you for meeting me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And have a wonderful parade. Should be in the
Hensley
parade here
for city council.
in about an hour here. Should be in the parade, and
Awesome.
it's going to be great. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.